Welcome to another episode of where we take you around the St. Charles area and surrounding areas and introduce you to some very well-known people in the area that you may not know that can actually offer a lot of service to you and your home. And so we're going to be sharing with you some of the great networkers out there, some of the great business service providers out there. And today we have a very special guest, my friends. First, if you don't know who I am, I'm Coach Manny Rodriguez with Catman Marketing and EadsCo Cleaning Franchising. As their Chief Marketing Officer, I'm a firm believer of who do you know? There might be someone that we can introduce you to that can help service your home. Because as you know, EadsCo Cleaning is in your home, really bringing that sparkle to your space. And so when it comes to transforming your space, we want to introduce you to Anna Alt. Anna Alt is with LSL Finishes, and this is a premier company in the construction industry. So whether you need some design done, whether you need some construction done, whether you want to transform your bathroom and really put a nice touch on it, Anna Alt is the person to know. And not only that, she is very well known in the community as someone who is a true giver. So you might see her around town. Anna Alt, thank you so much for being here today. How's your day going?
Really good. I got to sleep in and hang out with my puppies. Did a little bit of energy work before I got on, so I'm feeling good.
Nice. Energy work. Is that is that more internal? Get yourself pumped, ready to go because you're like, man, he's gonna be on here. He's gonna bring a lot of energy. I better be ready. I'm just asking.
Yes. So you've got the energy and I've got the zen. How about that?
I love that. My friends, we have an ask. If you have been thinking about getting some puppies, this is kind of a sad story at the same time where you can become a hero to these little puppies. Anna, share the story about these little puppies here.
Okay, so my family lives down at Lake of the Ozarks, and uh, they live on a gravel road. This has happened in years past where people will drop off puppies and they need homes. About 15 years ago, I got one of the best puppies that needed a home down at Lake of the Ozarks, probably related to these seven here that we're seeing on the screen. Uh, the My Frank dog was a mutt, and like I said, I believe he's probably related to these seven. There are six left. They're living with my aunt right now. They found the puppies, dropped off. They did some recon, and they believe that total mutt puppies have some pit bull, some lab, and some Australian or border collie mix. And you can kind of tell on the different ones, the screen, the bottom left that I'm looking at, that black and white one has more of the collie. The top right looks like maybe the lab or pit bull. Same with the bottom right. They are super sweet. They've lived with my cousin who came into town and her two kids for about 2 weeks. So they've been handled by kids. Just lovely, lovely puppies. I'm going down there this weekend to visit my aunt. Saturday and Sunday, I could always bring some puppies back for anybody in St. Charles County or St. Louis County that wants one.
Awesome. So you saw those adorable little puppies there. Let's find them a home. So if you know a little one that's been wanting a little puppy, here is your chance. And it sounds like these are free, right? Like you guys like, hey, we they need a home. Let's get them a home. So great job that you're able to share that and that you want to really help these little puppies. I'm a dog lover myself, so I totally get that. So thank you there. If I didn't already have a little one, I would definitely be jumping on that. So Anna, the main purpose for today is I really want to share with people about LSL finishes because we go into a lot of homes and we know that sometimes over years people want to update stuff, whether they have a bathroom for a loved one who might need a little help getting in and out of that bathroom. You guys really transform a lot. So, can you tell us about the journey of LSL finishes? How did it all start?
Yeah, I can. So real quick, how long do we have today? Because I don't want to go too wordy here.
It's up to you.
Oh, okay. Well, you know me, I can talk. So, I am one of the co-founders of LSL Finishes. I say he's my first half of my life marriage partner, as opposed to my ex-husband, because the connotation is that things aren't great when you say ex. And Daniel Alt was father is the father of my kids, one of my best friends, probably one of the best business owners I've ever known. So he and I started LSL Finishes about, I would say, now I didn't even think about this. Oh, there he is. Oh yeah, in the picture. There's Dan Alt on the right, his fiance Mandy Morville, and then my guy John Dawson there on the left. We're at a swim meet there. So we started LSL Finishes, I believe, in 2014 or 15. Dan was a third generation union painter prior to that. In 2008, when the economy tanked, we had bought, remodeled, and sold 4 homes to that point. So we started our own general contracting company. We had it for 5 years. I always say that it was successful because I was a stay-at-home mom. We paid all of our bills, but we had no business owning a business. Just because you knew how to do something doesn't mean that you should have a business doing that. So after about 5 years, the work dried up, and Dan went to work for a design build firm where he learned the business end of owning a business. This was 2013. He had never even had an email address before. He didn't understand profit and loss, spreadsheets. He really honed his skills working for that other company. So then, about a year and a half later, we decided to start business ownership again. That's when we started LSL Finishes, strictly painting at that time. Eventually, we added the flooring side. And my background was in the education world. I worked full-time substitute teacher, stay-at-home mom for 7 years, and then I was a teacher assistant. We decided for me to come work with the family business January of 2018. I didn't know what that was going to look like. My title was sales and marketing, and I just kind of hit the ground running. I had read years prior that anything new that you do, give it 3 months. So for 3 months, I went to as many things as I possibly could. I reached out to people who seemed to know what they were doing well in business and in the community. So after about 3 months, I made a name for LSL Finishes. And within that next year, people would start to hire us, people would refer us. We became known as a company who did well, said what we did what we said. Eventually, we had people coming to us asking if we did kitchen, bathroom, basement remodels. And for a long time, we turned them down because there's so many aspects about general contracting, kitchen, bathroom, basements, that we just weren't interested in doing. But I always say, after trials and errors and more trials and some successes and more errors, we decided, okay, now is the time. Let's start doing larger jobs. To this point now, we consider ourselves a design build company. So from start to finish, we can help a client with ideas and put it all the way through to fruition. How's that?
That's awesome. So while you're at it, like what kind of separates you guys from your competition? I mean, obviously, there are remodeling companies, there are other ones out there. What would you say separates you from others in the area, that you would probably know of?
So, like I had said before, we have had lots of trials, errors, and successes. And any of our clients will be able to benefit now from years of learning on the job, of figuring out best processes. We have spent a lot of time through the last 8 years working on honing relationships with subcontractors, plumbers, electricians, that they are an extension of our company. I'm really proud of the company that we have built and the relationships that we've made. At this point, we are doing mostly larger jobs. We'll still do small jobs here and there, but what will happen is somebody will come to us with an idea. We work with architects, architects work with us. We have a lot of architects that like working with us because they're the idea people, the design people. They're the ones that are figuring out, is this wall a load-bearing wall? And then we can take what an architect comes up with a client. We can take that design, we can take those ideas, and we work with the clients step by step by step. We are one of the smaller general contractors design build firms around, which would probably be different. There's some really great companies that have a lot of client or a lot of employees. We really don't have that many. We keep it small.
That's awesome. Which also makes it probably more of a customized, like, here, we are here for you. You're going to call me directly. I'm going to help you through every single bit of it. You won't really get to run around with a bunch of phone calls there because it's just us. And we want to make sure that you feel comfortable with that journey because let's be real, any remodeling project is a journey from the change they want to the change they're going to get. And so through there is like, oh my God, I hope this works out. You're probably that comfort level there for them. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I we have a client that it's a past client, so we did their basement a few years ago. They just reached out to us about a month ago to do their kitchen remodel, and in the meantime, they've gone to go visit family from out of town. And so I had just sent an email, hey, no pressure, no rush, just, where are you guys at? Do I need to do anything? And while you're out of town, so we can get your project started. And she sent back an email, the wife, and she said, thank you so much for being on top of things. I love and appreciate somebody sending those reminder emails. I've gotten really good at trying not to be too pushy, but being on top of things so the clients, their projects go quicker because, sometimes people, this is a big deal to a lot of families to do a remodel. And, for us, it's an everyday occurrence.
Which probably leads me to my next question about, having a challenging project. Can you share like a challenging project that LSL Finishes undertook and how you transformed the space for them?
So we had, we probably finished this job about this time last year. We had a whole house remodel that included the upstairs and the basement, and we moved the stairwell, like even the hole for the stairs to go down to the basement. We took it from one spot of the house and moved it to a completely different other spot. We completely moved the entire footprint of the upstairs. If I remember correctly, we took the living room, put it to the back, the kitchen to the front. So, I mean, there was a lot of moving parts with that. There was getting structural engineers. There was all the permitting that's required. I mean, literally, that was a big project.
That's awesome. And probably fair to say they were happy campers at the end of it.
So far, so good. Yep.
I love it. One of the things I learned from you through our networking is what is trending in your industry? And of course, in remodeling, that's always every year. It's like, what are the latest trends in remodeling? So I have to ask you, what are some of the latest trends in remodeling that you are excited about, Anna?
So sleek and modern is the thing. And I immediately think of bathrooms. So you go to the spa, like whether, have you ever been to a spa before, Manny? Like
No,
to
I
get
have
like a
not.
massage or, okay. I didn't think so, but just checking. So when you go to a spa and it's very zen and you've got the music playing, it just makes you feel really good and everything's clear, crisp. That's what we are seeing a lot of with bathrooms where they have wet rooms that there's no even doors. There's no shower curtains, there's no shower glass doors. It is, everything is just kind of in the open, very sleek, beautiful. You just walk right in. You don't have to go over any kind of bathtub. Sleek and modern is the way things are going.
Even very techy and like, oh my God, I got to check that out. So
It's
here at EadsCo Cleaning, if it's one thing that we're a firm believer in and we understand it's hard to be perfect, but the quality of work and customer satisfaction is so important. How does LSL Finishes ensure the quality of your work and that the customer is satisfied at the end?
So, you because we have processes in place and there's a lot of checks and balances, uh, especially in the beginning stages of any project, I feel like the longer you figure out, the longer it seems like for us to start a project, the quicker it ends up going once you actually start. So just yesterday, Dan and I were finalizing, probably the seventh time we finalized a list for a complete home remodel, upstairs and downstairs, all the selections. We combed through all of the emails. We combed through all of the, from some of our trusted partners, like at ProSource. ProSource will send us a list of all the things that, all the selections that a client has picked out. And then we go to our spreadsheet and we just make sure, okay, we have this, we have this, we have this. Oh, and then we ended up, we a random, one of the bathrooms didn't have a sink picked out. I'm sorry, a toilet picked out. You need to have a toilet picked out before you start a project, right? So we try really hard on the beginning, the back end, to get as much stuff figured out as possible before we even start a project. Now, with that being said, I know you've heard me talk about this in years past, Manny, but the concept of you're not always going to be perfect. At EadsCo, you're not always going to remember to I don't know, let's say wipe down what's something, I don't know, wipe down the bathroom door, and maybe there's some gunk on the bathroom door. A client would see that and call up EadsCo and say, hey, no big deal, but next time, because you're never going to get everything right. So let's say this happens. They call EadsCo, you've missed something. EadsCo says, I'm so sorry. Let me send somebody out right now. And the client might say, no, not necessary. And EadsCo said, no, but really, let me do that. EadsCo comes back, gets that final thing, and probably while they're there, they might figure out something else that needs like above and beyond. That client is going to remember that situation well longer and into the future, that EadsCo made a mistake and then EadsCo made it better, probably even better than what it was going to be. That is called service recovery. When you have a company and you're going to inevitably make mistakes here and there and you make it right, the client will always remember service recovery way longer than if you just did a perfect job all the time, because everyone knows we are humans and we are not perfect. When that client is with their cousin at Thanksgiving and their cousin is saying, oh, I just can't do this house cleaning anymore, I need help, they're going to think to refer EadsCo much quicker if they have had that experience where EadsCo had service recovery, made a mistake, made it right. So, service recovery.
That's awesome. Service recovery. I already know we're gonna flip this little piece and use that. That's for sure. That was awesome. So, what if someone was looking to hire you guys? Give us a little sneak peek into the process of transforming that space. Like, what steps do you follow from consultation to completion that someone can get a good idea of what to expect when doing business with you?
So ideally, somebody that I know, like, and trust will have referred somebody, and I either get the phone call personally, goes to the office. I make a brief phone call saying, what are you wanting? And let's say that it's a kitchen remodel. I always say, okay, before we come out, I'm going to send either my production manager, Aaron, or I'm going to send Dan. Before we come out, I always tell a client, have a list of needs and wants. So let's say you, for the kitchen, you really want one of the faucets that as you put your hand underneath it, it comes on automatically. You want that. But you need a chrome faucet. Have a list of needs and wants. Or for example, you know that you need to get new tile or new flooring in your bathroom. You want heated flooring, because who doesn't want to come into a bathroom on a cold night, a cold morning, and put your feet on a really warm floor? Have a list of needs and wants. Have a realistic budget in mind, because we can scale that list of needs and wants for any budget. Let's say you have a $10,000 budget for a bathroom, or you have a $100,000 budget for a kitchen. We can scale whatever the client wants or needs. And then inspiration pictures. Recently, for one of our clients that lives out of town, they did an amazing PDF slideshow of all of the pictures that they took from Pinterest or Googling. They put it on a slideshow for us. I was able to take that slideshow, send it to our partners at ProSource or Joe Knickel with Kitchen Cabinet Warehouse. Kitchen Cabinet Works, Kitchen Cabinetry. Help me out. Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry, Joe. You're the best cabinet guy. I forgot your name, the correct name. We were able to send that PDF slideshow to all of our partners. It was easy for them to understand the vision of what the client had, so they could, when they came into town, they could easily have all of those selections picked out. So those are the three main things: list of needs and wants, a realistic budget, and inspiration picks. Then one of our guys, generally Aaron or Dan, will come out, get a brief overview of what the client wants, half an hour to an hour. We get them a developmental cost. If that seems like something, that's around what we were thinking for this kitchen remodel, or around what we were thinking for a basement remodel. Then we sign a contract. Then Dan and I get to work getting every selection possible, down to a toilet paper holder, down to everything, toilets, flooring, paint colors, whatever it is. Then we work with all of our subcontractors, plumbing, electrician. Then we get permitting. Then we have an exact amount. Let's say we had quoted $50,000 for a bathroom or a kitchen remodel. It comes in, that seems reasonable to the client. It comes in at $46,732. The client knows, barring any unforeseen situations, that's what the client is going to pay at the very end. Then we sign the contract to get fully going. Then just put you on the calendar, start working, and by that time, like I had said earlier, if we've gotten everything on the back end, things go pretty quickly.
That's awesome. Say those three things again. You said three things in writing a list, the budget, and what was the first one?
So before we even come and look at a space, I always tell clients to have three items: a list of needs and wants, a realistic budget, and inspiration picks.
That's awesome. So, if someone's considering a major remodel project, would you give them that advice, or would you throw something else in there?
Yep, that is the bare minimum for us to come that first time.
Yeah. See that, my gosh, that is so simple. Literally, I thought you were going to give a whole big 9-step process. But literally, you're like, here, you do these three things, go find your inspiration, we're going to put it all together for you. Literally. Now, when it comes to remodeling, that is a big deal. What do you love the most about what you do, Anna?
I really appreciate clients who understand that all of these steps that we are doing, they do seem a little laborious. It the emails back and forth saying, I like I said earlier, we didn't catch the random toilet. I'm sure that email is going to be like, oh my gosh, how did we not get that? I appreciate clients who understand that all of these seemingly nitpicking things are for the benefit at the very end. So I like to have understanding from people. I like to be understanding. I mean, I think this could be a thing. Just what do I appreciate about humans in general is just being understanding.
That's phenomenal. My friends, if you are looking for a truly, truly great company that's going to be loyal to your needs, be loyal to your budget, it sounds like as well, and going to do everything they can to make you a satisfied customer, my friends, lslfinishes.com. So easy to remember. Check out their number right there. Give them a call and ask for Anna Alt. She will definitely get you started in the right direction. Anna, before we close this out, you're a really big part of the community. My gosh, if it's one of the you said something a little earlier in this video that has stuck with me a lot. You said someone gave you some advice a long time ago that once you go all in for 90 days. That has stuck with me as I'm looking for a chamber of commerce that we're going to join for EadsCo cleaning franchising. And that advice has always stuck with me when you referred to that same, you said that earlier, like go all in as much as you can for 90 days. And it sounds like that's what you did when you said, let's go ahead and take LSL finishes to the next level. And when it came to networking, you went all in. But there are two big things that you're a very big part of that is not directly construction or home service or anything. If you can, please share with us the Women of LBB, which is an organization that has been like second to none when it comes to women in business. Can you share a little about LBB?
I can. So, a lot of times people will come to me for advice about networking and being a part of a community. So much so that I eventually end up starting my own business doing it. And the bare minimum of what I tell people is to join when they're first getting, whether they're new to their business, new to networking, or new to a community, the bare minimum is to join a large organization like a chamber of commerce or Little Black Book, Women in Business, and a weekly networking group. Like you can do BNI, you can do Master Networks. I prefer Number Nine Networking, and then a group that I know that you and I met at, All Stars Networking Group. The reason being, with the large organization, there are multiple different events at any given month that you can go to, that different vibes, different times. Some are more streamlined, some are more just getting together. That's the large organization, like a chamber or Little Black Book. A weekly networking group where you go week after week after week, you're going to see people, you're going to get to really know them. They're going to be your free sales force, your free marketing. So in particular, with Little Black Book, Women in Business, it started in Wentzville by a lady named Angel Magasano. She's one of my dearest friends. It started in Wentzville, very small. It has grown to 14 chapters in the region. We have 3 over on the Illinois side. There are, each chapter has 2 meetings a month for that chapter and its members. You can go visit different other chapters. There are organization-wide events. There are affinity groups that are more specific. So if you are in the health and wellness industry, there's a Women of Wellness group. If you are in an industry that's well suited for the wedding industry, it's called the Wedding Ring. There is 2 or 3 book clubs. I am not much of a reader. That's my goal for this year. Craig Postal, if you're watching, I am reading half an hour every day. There are book clubs, leisure book clubs, self-development book clubs. There is a walking and jogging group that meets every Saturday. I am not a jogger, but I will walk. They do fun little excursions. So Little Black Book has multiple different things. It is for women. I always tell men who come to me and they say, well, I'm not a female. What's the purpose of me even knowing about it? If it's 10:30, if you have a male business that there are females that are associated with that male business, I highly recommend having the female in your industry or business at least come visit, because I have always said, with the tentacles of Little Black Book that go out into the region, women have a really good way of thinking and referring other people, male and female. I highly suggest just coming to visit. Big on philanthropic side that is popular when people learn about Little Black Book. I'm going to get the numbers wrong. One thing you need to know about me, I know I look like I have all the answers. I don't. I just always know the people who do. So these numbers probably aren't going to be correct. But I think in 2023, we had over $300,000 worth of philanthropic. Again, I could be wrong. One of the things that I participate in heavily is the Burr Bash Gala that we have every year, and that benefits the Marines Toys for Tots. Little Black Book is the largest donator in the region for Toys for Tots, and St. Louis is third, only after LA and New York. So it is a big deal. I help facilitate businesses getting their boxes for Toys for Tots. I help drop in the, or you have to pick up the box, but then we come and pick up the filled boxes with toys. So yeah, that's my little Black Book and Burbash spiel.
So those I'm gonna guess are just very dear to your heart because what they do, especially, and now I'm very familiar with the events, especially like Burbash. I went to one year, and the toy drive is phenomenal. Like I think every year it seems like the numbers are going up. And what you were sharing in a philanthropic way, even if it's 100,000, like that's a big number that LBB is getting behind in a huge way. Now, at the end of the day, they are leaders in this, but it's because they're helping other people. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, like I said earlier, females have we're caretakers, and Little Black Book is filled with women who want to help one another. um, Angel always says this saying, when we all run together, I don't know, again, something about running together and helping each other. It's just really true. And the organizations that I am a part of because we all help one another. We all number nine, networking. That's my family. I meet with them every Friday for a networking group, and we just think to refer each other. The chambers that I am in, active and in, I am in the St. Charles Regional Chamber. I love that chamber. I am in the Cottleville Weldon Spring Chamber. Love that chamber. I started out at the O'Fallon Chamber of Commerce. That is a great chamber. I will always tout them. Western St. Charles Chamber. I love that chamber. It's one of the smaller ones, but they're fun. They take care of one another. Any chamber, organization, group that I am in because it fits with my personality, and I don't have to be a part of them. I want to be a part of them.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So it sounds like you serve the community a lot, but LSL Finishes, they serve both St. Louis and St. Charles County. Is that fair to say?
Yep. I always say about 40 minutes anywhere around O'Fallon, Missouri are basically what we do.
Wow. My friends, if you have not learned an amazing amount of stuff today from Anna Alt and what she does, what LSL finishes do, what LBB does, what the Burbash is, my gosh, look at what you can get out and do yourself if you wanted to give back to the community. Because if you know Anna Alt, you know she's always giving back to her community. So, my friends, if those are the type of people you want to line yourself up with, you heard all the different areas where you can find her. But again, if you're thinking about remodeling or doing anything in your home, give them a call first. They will direct you. I can tell you, there have been times that they've come out and they've given me quotes on stuff, and they're like, Manny, you should rethink this project. They were forthcoming, they were honest, they saved me more money than I could have possibly imagine. So please, if you are thinking about anything along those lines, lslfinishes.com with Anna Alt. Anna, thank you so much for being on here and being the first one and giving me some practice here with EadsCo cleaning, because you have been an inspiration in my world, and I know that a lot more people need to learn about who you are and what you guys are doing in the community. My friends, if you are thinking about a deep clean for your home, or any type of cleaning in your home, think of EadsCo cleaning. If you're thinking about remodeling anything in your home, think of LSL Finishes. I'm Coach Manny Rodriguez. This has been a great interview with Anna Alt, so I'm sure you'll see her around town. So keep your eyes open and watch her content, because she truly is an influencer as well, and she's making a lot of noise on social media. So look her up. Anna, thank you so much for joining us today. I look forward to seeing you on Friday, and my friends, we'll see you next time.
Bye, Manny. Thank you.
Thank you.